2 years ago, we had zero clients, we had zero knowledge of how SMMA actually works. But today, we are running a successful six-figure agency as 17-year-old and an 18-year-old. And I'm gonna tell you exactly how we did it and how we can do it too.
Right, so this video is not going to be, me talking shit. It's actually going to be how we built our whole SMMA agency. And look, if you're a beginner, this actually might be one of the most important videos you will see in probably your life right now.
So by the way, my name is Ante Matijevic and his name is Luke Kova. We probably booked over, I would say, 500 appointments for our real estate clients. They closed many deals because of us. And this is going to be our story from building an SMMA from literally $0 in our pockets to a six-figure SMMA. So as most of you watching this video right now, I was a 15-year-old kid, want to get rich on my own, as I didn't have any money, obviously, as I was young, pretty much fat, stupid, everything that, most of the kids are right now. I was basically already thinking about starting a business, but I never knew what kind of a fucking business should I start, because I didn't know anything about e-commerce, drop shipping, SMMA or something like that. I basically, when it comes to SMMA, I heard it from a friend in school, started researching. That's when I created my website. Then I was joined by 3 of my good friends, brothers basically. He's one of them. We have 2 more brothers right now who are alongside us with our six-figure agency, and that's essentially how we started. Just hearing from an idea in school, basically creating a website, and that's how we started.
So hi everyone, right? I'm Luke, and I also wanted to introduce myself, how I managed to, get in contact with Ante. So we were basically together in high school, right? And for the first two grades, we actually didn't communicate as much. And then in 3rd grade, I just, I guess I saw the success and I was tempted by it, because I did try something myself, in the past, but I was just quite lost at what should I target and at what should I focus myself onto, right? So I couldn't really find a better opportunity than to talk with him, see what he's up to, and then we just started talking, and then eventually I got more and more interested and more, I guess, in love with the actual work of it and the aspect of it. So I just said, hey Ante, I want to join you. Let's do this. Let me be rich as well, and here we are right now after a year. And I mean, it has been going great, but the actual first steps were, of course, hard. And as you might know, the first steps are always the hardest to actually make.
Yeah, basically. Of course, the big problem that hit us, essentially, probably the first day we started, is we couldn't find any clients. Matter of fact, we didn't have a niche at all. We literally started with fucking, I don't even remember what niche. Tattoo studios. Then we started with fucking travel agencies, stuff like that. Sent a bunch of emails, like thousands of emails. Got literally 0 responses. Couldn't land a client. Like, it was, quite stressful for a first month. We didn't manage to do anything. Literally no progress at all, because we were all pussies. Basically, actually, Luke was not a pussy. He wanted to start cold calling, but I didn't want, because I was a pussy. And I didn't want to talk to, strangers. I was afraid. I guess it's, reasonable for a 15-year-old. Then basically after a month of no progress at all, we started cold calling. And I would say in the first week or 2, we booked our first appointment, basically. And in the process of starting to cold call, we actually niched down to real estate. And of course, we didn't know anything about fucking SMMA, anything. And we, of course, picked the hardest niche that you could fucking pick, and it's real estate. It was so hard to actually talk to people in real estate, because it's such a competitive market. People actually don't want to hear about it when you cold call them about it. So it was pretty hard at the beginning, but we booked appointment. Our first appointment in the first week or 2, probably. Of course, we didn't close because we were fucking shit at closing. And that's essentially how we started with booking appointments and everything. Because I know a lot of people right now in SMMA gurus are, recommending this email system, this LinkedIn system, this DM system, and how you can book appointments with no work and shit like that. But the truth is, until you actually know how to sell, there is no point in actually landing appointments. So I would advise right now, for the first advice of this video, make sure, if you're a beginner, or even if you're not a beginner, start cold calling. in the process of learning to cold call, you're actually gonna learn how to actually sell your services. Because as I said, in my past videos, if you can sell the offer, there is no point in actually landing the appointments. So make sure to start cold calling. It's gonna be hard, it's gonna be tough, cold calling for a few hours a day, but make sure to start, even though it might be scary.
Yeah, so from the the whole technical pieces of the whole structures and what we actually do, after we booked our first client, and what I suggest, of course, is not to, I guess, stress out yourself with doing a lot of things at once. So you have to set a set of stages in what you're going to be very, very good at. So in the whole beginning, of course, it was emails, and then it was cold calling. And with cold calling, you just have to do the quantity. The more you call, the higher the chances of the appointment. Someone is going to be in a happy mood, and someone is going to say yes, because of course of your efforts, and the whole universe will, if anything, reward you for your efforts. So after we did probably a few thousand calls, after I did actually a few thousand calls, I've managed to actually close a client. And until that point, we didn't really, I guess, spend our time learning meta and learning advertisement, because we didn't really have a reason to, because we didn't have a client, right? So once we booked a actual client, we're like, hold on, how do we actually now deliver the results? So what we did is that Ante here, spent a lot of his time into really learning the whole Facebook systems and what's the best strategy and how to get best results. But in short, we didn't have a fucking clue what we're actually doing, right?
Yeah, so basically I spent a lot of time, researching the whole Facebook ad system, Google ad system, and how it actually works. What the fuck we were offering even, we didn't know. We just promised leads and appointments is essentially what we did. But we didn't know, what fucking lead forms are, essentially. We just know that we could do it. That's it. Then we started learning about how it actually works. And when we started, of course, as it is a complicated system to run, especially Facebook ads with all the fucking updates every fucking week, it's pretty hard, to catch on. But when I learned more about that, when you spend a lot of time in courses, when you spend a lot of time on YouTube and everything like that, you essentially get a hold of it. You need to test out stuff. And when it comes to Facebook ads, especially any type of marketing, actually, like I said, the whole point of it is testing. You can't run ads, you can't start uploading YouTube videos and stuff like that if you don't know what you're doing. You need to try and test multiple things. You need to try and test multiple ad sets, multiple ad creatives, multiple headlines and stuff like that to actually get to know what works. And after a few clients, a few fuck ups even, you're gonna get a hold of it. You're gonna know what works, and you're gonna have basically plug-in system for every client. Of course, for every client it's gonna be different depending on what they offer and what you're offering and everything like that. But after a few clients, after you know what works, it's gonna be way easier to actually get the whole system. And for the technical part, actually, you don't even need to know how it actually works. You can essentially hire experts for it, like we are right now. We have 12 people in the agency, delivering results, cold calling, closing, doing meta ads and stuff like that. So essentially, after you close a few clients, deliver a few results, you can actually hire experts to do the stuff for you. Essentially what I want to say is that you don't need to focus on the technical part as much. Just make sure to know basics and everything like that, so you can deliver the results. But make sure you really perfect your closing strategy, your scripts, basically everything that comes to closing a client, because that's going to be the hardest part. I would say that probably the hardest part, if we could book fucking clients when we started, on a fucking autopilot, we would be like billionaires right now, because it's really easy to deliver the results when you learn the system, but it's really fucking hard to close your first client. So make sure to spend a lot of time, learning how to sell, cold calling, closing and stuff like that in order to actually deliver the results, because it's going to help you the most, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so basically, once we hit the 10K mark, which everyone really dreams of, and it's like a milestone, a huge milestone, especially here in Croatia, where 10K is a lot of money. Basically, as we were living the high life, we started, we thought about it, and we were like, let's outsource our work so we could do more work in other departments that require us, right? and we basically delegated the cold calling, the lead prospecting, every single.
What the fuck was it? Our fucking light turned off in the middle of a fucking video because we turned off the fucking car.
Right. So, as we were outsourcing, lead gathering, cold calling, sales scripts, we basically diverted our attention to other places where it basically required us. Yeah. So, and one of the best thing in the business are really referrals, right? So once you have successful and happy clients, they will do much more to get you the work you want, because just of the good service that you provide. So after they actually referred us to their friends in the area, it was just like a cumulative expansion of clients that we didn't really even put much effort into finding them, right? They just came to us, which was outstanding, and it really boosted up our revenue and the whole process of it.
Yeah, definitely. But make sure, especially if you're in real estate, don't fuck up like we did when it comes to referrals, or actually different clients, because don't close two people in the same area, especially if they're close. You can if it's a big city, New York, LA, and stuff like that. But make sure to not close, two people in the same fucking village, because that will not make sense. You'll not have, such a good success with that, because we fucked up a lot when it comes to that. And, we didn't deliver quite the results when we had two clients in the same area. We still delivered, but it's gonna be harder if you close the same client. So make sure to not fuck up on that thing also. That's what I wanted to add.
Right, so guys, now for the most important part of the video, sugar at the end, is basically one of the best advices I can give you is just actually pick your niche and don't do multiple niches at once. Like, pick a niche, be at it, don't quit from it, don't change it. Once you find it, put all of your effort into it. That's really good advice. And the second step that I highly recommend is, the best way to get the clients is, of course, start calling. Every single note that you receive is a closer to a yes. So I'd highly recommend find your niche, stick to it, be persistent, be hard at work, and start calling, and don't give up. Very, very important. 2 things, but highly, highly recommend to anyone starting out.
Yeah, it's actually really simple to actually find your first client. It's just a lot of hard work. So you need to put in time to actually start cold calling, to, building your script and everything like that. But once you actually, find, success in it, it's going to be way easier when you actually, get to bookings and closings. You're going to be very happy to actually, continue cold calling and everything like that. So that's essentially it for this video and our story and everything. In my next few videos, I'm going to go over our exact scripts for cold calling, for closings, for our LinkedIn system, for our DM system, and everything like that. So just stay tuned for that. It's going to be very valuable to every beginner and, established agency owner, because this is something that not all of our agency owners have, these systems that are basically on autopilot. And if you found this helpful, make sure to hit the like button, make sure to hit subscribe, because, we are quite new to the YouTube space and everything, because we want to help, other agency owners, as I'm a fucking 17-year-old and I believe that I can give you some, real advice when it comes to SMMA. Be sure to fucking subscribe, and make sure to hit, the notifications, because obviously in the next few days, all of our system will come out and you're actually gonna have everything on your silver platter to actually land your first client. And if you're looking for a mentor or a coach in the SMMA space, which is a literal cheat code in this space, because when you have someone who is 6-figure, 7-figure, coaching you every day, spending time with you, helping you close your first client, it's literally impossible to fucking fail. It's really hard to fail if you have someone by your side like that. So make sure to check out the link in the description. There is a link, there is a funnel, I'm not gonna lie. It is, made to sell you something. I'm not gonna pretend it's not, but it's a coaching that we created with myself, in which I'm gonna go personally with you one-on-one over your problems, over your roadblocks. Even if you started with your agency yesterday, I can still help you, develop your offer, develop your scripts and everything like that. I can help you with all of that, and I'll be, 100% in your roadblocks and problems, not in, you know, random things that you can find on YouTube right now with a bunch of fucking, you know, basic advice that you already know. So you can book a coaching call. It's not even expensive. It's not about the money. We really want, you know, to start building our personal brands and the whole agency brand. So because of that, we made this coaching to help other agency owners, you know, to get to know our names and everything like that. So check the link in the descriptions. It's gonna be me telling you about about our coaching and everything like that, about our calls. You're gonna get my number. You can reach out to me whenever you want, and that's basically it. So if you want, you know, to start scaling, if you want to get over your roadblocks faster, if you don't want to spend time like we did for a fucking month sending thousands of emails and cold calls until we actually, you know, find out what works, you can go in the description and you can actually, you know, find out essentially, you know, immediately what actually works. So yeah, that's it. Hope you liked the video, and see you in the next one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.